I don't mind Cassidy going. Obviously, I do think it should be. We should definitely consider a sell-on clause or some type of buyback because I do think that there is a talented player there that, you know, it won't happen at Chelsea because he's not going to get game time. But he's also not playing his position. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed to see the numbers that we're getting for him. I could have thought maybe.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not saying surprised. I'm just disappointed because we could have definitely flipped him for more.
No, we couldn't have because
not in his current state, but that's because we didn't.
No, but I mean, like, I mean, well, hold on. I meant that in terms of like, had we not canceled his loan last season for whatever stupid reason, that was dumb. But he was starting to get minutes. He was starting to get minutes.
Yes, he was. No, he was playing. He was there.
Yeah.
No, he was there. He was their first choice midfielder off the bench. Before he came back. He played 1,100 minutes.
Oh, fair enough.
We recalled him. We recalled him and gave him 100 minutes, like something like 100 minutes across 3 months.
Terrible,
yeah.
Man. Well, you know what the issue is, boys. Yeah,
we stagnated the growth. Yeah.
Like I feel like I worry about Cassidy in the sense that, you know, he could be a very logical example of what happens when we don't have that many. What happens if we don't obviously do the loan things properly or have more multi-club models where we can send them to other places where they can develop, right? And then we're basically selling these guys for profit on the books rather than actual getting the money back on him, right? And so, you know, listen, you look at the clubs that enter him, like, so obviously a good team, Torino, the mid-table side, final one. There's 2 other English clubs that they mentioned that we don't know about, but like, this guy is definitely a talented guy. Like the fact that a lot of clubs in for him should show you that. It's just that I feel like we have failed him on our part, and I do worry.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, and my worry is I don't want us to fail more players like him in the future when we keep on doing these type of signings.
We will. Unfortunately, we will.
We've done it before. We'll keep doing it. We've done it before,
but not on this level. Yeah.
No, we have, and we will keep doing it. Like.
I'm not saying we should try to reduce it. We should try to at least.
You mean on this level? We've done it at KDB. Just talked about it like 10 minutes
KDH.
ago.
Also, Ahmed, we've done it with these owners at these clubs. Like, look at the amount of players we're trying to get rid of that we've bought in that we can't get rid of. So we're like, bro, David Datcher is another.
Oh, that's true. But Scott, I was going to say, don't you think we've done it in such a stupid level though? Like to cancel a player's loan when he's trying to get minutes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, bro, the way we've gone about with a bunch of these guys. But like, you look at the success stories. Obviously, there's not been many, but like Hutchinson was a success story. Why? Because you gave him a loan that was a great loan at a team that made sense, at a level that made sense, and instead of cancelling it halfway through the season, like he had one season where he was in and around the squad, but it was in a time where like he could afford to be in and around the squad, and he was still, it was valuable for him. Then went out on loan to a championship club that were towards the top end of the championship. You didn't expect them to get promoted necessarily, but they were at the top end of the championship.
A vital member as well.
And it made sense. Yeah, and it made sense. So he got the £20 million move. But you look at the other ones we've done. We got Diego Moreira on a free. Fair enough, we made a bit of profit, but it was to our own club.
A bit.
We did nothing with him. We sent him on one loan to Lyon where he barely played. When he did play, he sucked because it was a club in a complete mess of a club at the time. It kind of still is, but it was even worse. Like on the pitch, it was a mess. The Angelo one was good in terms of we sent him on a good loan, but we made 6 mil, which is decent, but like ultimately isn't amazing. And then we're about to do this Cassidy, one where we make 2. Technically, we broke even on what we paid for him, but on the books we made 2 million or whatever the fuck it is. And so like the whole point of what we're doing is meant to be buying and flipping these guys. Bro, we're doing a piss poor job of doing that. We're not developing them, we're barely flipping them.
Well, let me ask you guys something.
And another thing that just quickly, Marsh, before you go, like it's not even just that. The whole thing around Cassidy as well that like makes me nervous going forward. It's just the way it was reported when we bought him and how he was hyped and everything.
Yeah,
we hyped. We've signed the best academy player in Italy.
Like
we signed Inter Milan.
He sounded like signing.
Yeah, we signed Inter Milan's best academy player. He came literally, and then the next summer, I think this was after he was on loan at Reading, or before he went on loan to Reading. He won the best player award at the under-21s World Cup.
Yeah,
the end of
that's
2012,
why
whatever it was.
I was
And
excited
now we're
to see the
selling it
player.
for 15 million or 12 million,
But
whatever the fuck it is. It's from,
This is just like, I guess, food for thought. I mean, it could be right, it could be, I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking like, do you guys? Because I agree with what Scott's saying. The way we're flipping these players doesn't make sense to me, especially like with the ones that do seem to be developing and getting, like Angelo was well on his way to improving as a player. Like I think there was progress being made with his progress, his development. I think with Cassidy too, like we're seeing like, okay, there's a player there. He just needs to play somewhere where he can probably play in an attacking position like he's supposed to, or just get more consistent minutes and more competitive minutes at that. The fact that we're flipping him now for what, 2 doesn't for me doesn't make sense, because it doesn't maximize your profits. So I'm thinking real quick, what I'm thinking is like, what if the reason behind it is that because we don't have Champions League football, there's a certain amount of money that we're not making that doesn't allow us to be patient with the development of these players so that we can actually flip it for a reasonable amount of profit.
No, but Marshall, do you know why that doesn't run? It's because we've got a money factory. We have a literal money factory in our academy. Like, I had this conversation with Alex on Lewis's channel the other day. I don't rate our academy in terms of quality, in terms of top level, but in terms of quality and quantity at like a Premier League Championship level for most clubs, we have the best academy in England, arguably one of the best in the world. Like, bro, I just talked about him. We sold a guy for 6 mil to Leicester who played all of 10 minutes in one cup game for 6 mil. We just sold Lewis Hall off the back of like half a dozen games for us for 28 mil.
Bro, Livramento, bro, played played game for us, by the way, and he got sold for 18 million.
I don't think he played any games for us, actually, by the way. I don't think he played any games.
Gay was one that didn't play like any games.
Gay came off a great loan. He came off a great loan against Swansea in the Championship, and we sold him for money. But it's like, this is the thing. It's like, we have a money machine, a money factory behind us. So that's why I'm telling you, like, when we're buying Cassidy for 15 million and selling him for 15 million, that doesn't move me, because we can make that 15 million off of selling one Cobham player, and it's cool. We made 15 million there on the book. Like, you don't need to buy Cassidy. Like, I worked it out the other day. It's like we spent like 60 something million on Cassidy, Kellyman, and one other player, like one other youth player that's basically never played for us or will do nothing for us. And it was like, if you don't buy those guys, that's 64 million you can go and spend on a proper player. And like, I see a couple of people in the chat talking about, oh, this is Chelsea's DNA. No, it isn't. Because when we were doing this under Roman, no one gave a shit, because we were buying the best of the best. Like, no one gave a shit that Danilo Pantic was bought, spent went out on 6 loans, and then we let him go on a free back to the club.
Who?
No one gave a shit. Exactly. No one gave a shit, because we were buying Kante, and we were buying Drogba, and we were buying Mata, and we were buying even the Schürrles, and we were buying all these guys. No one cared. But we're buying these guys like Cassidy, and they're being part of our squad, and they're being touted as they're going to be part of the future, and then we're selling them for literal pennies compared to what we bought them for. And this is the model, by the way. Under Roman, it wasn't the model of like, you go and buy these kids, and then, bro, it was just, if one gets good, they get good. That's cool, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because you're still going to buy the best of the best.
Well, Man City have been doing the last couple of years, just selling off their.
Man City, look at what Man City do. Man City have L's. I don't care about L's. I care about how many L's we're getting in comparison to wins.
Loads of L's in the transfer.
Yeah, but they also have they do, but they also have a bunch of wins as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing, is like,
I still think he's only being sold because of the loan. We've got limited loans. Do you know what I mean? I still believe if the loan system was as it was, where we could loan about 38 people at one time, he'd be out on loan somewhere. I truly believe that he wouldn't be sold. He'd be out on loan somewhere.
There's another one that we don't talk about a lot. Yeah, what's his name? What's the striker? Brazilian striker kid?
Washington.
Yeah, that's because
that we paid 18 million or whatever it was for.
Bro, all I hear about him is that he's a PO2 legend and stuff like that. Bro,
but he's Ahmed. He's another one, bro. Bro, remember when I talked about this last season in the Premier League 2. I think we had 5 strikers in our Premier League 2 team.
Yes.
And he was one of 5. And it's like, Washington could become great, but you've got other guys in the academy who you could sell, and like, say we sell Washington for 15 million. You could sell an academy striker for that.
But you just brought him up. David Washington, right? He should be getting Mark Gui's minutes in the Conference League this season. We didn't need to sign Mark Gui.
Mm.
We didn't need to sign him. Those should be David Washington's minutes if he stayed. Well, he has stayed, but stuff like that. But we probably weren't going to give him that because we signed Mark Gui. We tried to sell him in the summer anyway, didn't we? We tried to sell him to Strasbourg, and everyone's going, nah. We know what you're doing here. We don't like the look of that deal. That's a bit dodgy. And the transfer was stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hang on. What do you mean it's why was Mark Gui 6 million a deal you can't miss on? What am I missing?
Yeah, dark, bro, dark. How do you know David Washington is mid? I don't know if he's mid. I've never seen
him. He might be mid. If he's mid, I'm questioning why the fuck we bought him.
No. That's the problem.
I don't even see this guy play. Like, I don't know if he's mid, if he's bad, if he's good, if he's sensational, or if he's trash.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is this, just like KDH, as Cassidy hits it off, and I'm glad they're negotiating whether it's a first reviews or a buyback thing. That's what I want. I don't mind whoever leaves. I don't really care, But if you rate them and think they're going to do something in the future, then put a buyback or a first refusal in the contracts. Then I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? I'm fine with it. Then it's up to you whether you do it. But going back to the loan thing, it's fascinating because Santos, the loan at Strasbourg has worked out for Santos. But if you remember, that's the previous summer we sent him to Forest for the start of the season.
Yeah.
And then they bought 18 more midfielders. That summer, and he got lost down the shuffle. That's why you have to be. That's why they want the multi-club model, because they know if they send them to these other clubs that we own, they're going to get more game time. If you send them to somewhere like a Forest, like it was, you're not guaranteed. That's why there was an urban legend of the Roman, where the club kept whatever it was, electronic or real, a black book, and names of the clubs that they didn't want to loan players to if they didn't work out previously, if their players weren't played, so they would never loan them or sell it to them again if they didn't work out for their players. But you have to be so precise. That's why the multi-club model works. That's why they want to probably get one in South America, so they can just hoard all the players in South America in that one club, or shipping them over.
In an ideal world, you want it set up in that way, but I feel like we're running before we can even like crawl when it comes to like these youth something, which we spoke about this like vehemently, obviously.
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't pay much mind to it. Essentially, as they leaves, he wasn't getting minutes anyway, apart from Conference League.
No, yeah, exactly. It's just, again, one of those, like, I mean, listen, I'd be naive to think that every single youth signing is going to work out at Chelsea, right? Like, I'd be naive to think. And I'd be naive to think that every single one, we're going to have it done perfectly, and we're going to give them the right loans, and they're all going to develop in an ideal world. And obviously, we're going to fuck up on some. But it's kind of like what Scott said. I feel like we're taking more L's than...
Marshall, we got the English Messi in our youth system anyway, so don't worry, we got that guy coming.
I don't know if you heard, man. We got the real.
That's the thing. Like, if we start making some wins, I won't really care. But like, bro, we've made one win, which was Hutchinson. That's great. But every other dude we're trying to flip, it's like we're just having no success. Like no success.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully the next one is Santos. But yeah, time will tell.
No, we don't want to flip him.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, in terms of I thought. Wait, hold on.
I said, bro, Ahmed had some weird thing, by the way, that he said, like, when it came to Mainu, like, I'm glad he's not, but he was like, oh, if we sign Mainu, I could see Santos getting sacked. Getting told. If Santos ever leaves this football club, if he ever leaves this football club, I'm done. I'm done with these. I
will ask you the same question I asked you in the group chat.
We'll talk to Mainu. We'll talk about it. We're very close. We're close. It's 2 seconds.
I don't know why you can't have both.
Listen, yeah, we'll discuss. When I said when I said another W for Santos, I meant in terms of like a good player that either we sell for a good amount of money or works out for Chelsea.
No.
I want him at Chelsea.
Are you getting a commission off the deal, Marshall? Like, let us know, bro. Like, are you getting a commission?
I mean,
Ahmed, do you know how you'll know, Ahmed?
Ben Jacobs.
You know how you'll know.
Reps.
In our group chat, it will say Casually FC is less Casually FC group chat on X. That's what it will say.
And then Fabrizio has it right here. Napoli's formal request for, is this the one you were talking about, Ahmed?
That's the latest one.
Okay. Napoli's formal request for Kvaratskhelia remains around 80 million euros package. Direct negotiations with Paris Saint-Germain are ongoing as revealed today. Talks underway. Kvaratskelia's camp discussing terms with PSG as they're offering over 4 times his current salary. Oh my God! Wow.
No. That's a red herring. Shall I tell you why that's a red herring? He's only on 30k per week.
Yeah, he's only on 32k.
Okay.
I just checked.
Never mind.
So before Chelsea fans go, we're not going to pay my wage structure. He doesn't hit the limit of the wage structure.
3 times will be 120,000.
All right. So I know Curry P wants to go. Let's give Curry P the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Curry. And Curry, I was also going to say, do you think it's too late to include Cassidy in the deal?
No, that's what I'm saying. If we can even get 15 to 20k a million for Cassidy, and then get Kvaratskhelia for 70 million pounds, because that's 80 million euros. I will lose my shit. He's a goal scorer. He's a playmaker. He's everything. He's everything we need on that left-hand side. If we're serious about challenging for the league next season, attacking-wise, he fixes... The left wing is done. We don't have to worry about the left wing because we've got Sancho and Kvaratskhelia. We don't even need to worry about that shit. We can get a backup striker if we want, or a main striker, whatever we want to do. But I don't have to worry about the left side for the next 10 years, because that man's only 24 in Feb.
You're younger than Sancho.
Yeah, he's younger than Sancho.
Here's the thing. PSG are also not, for anyone who says anything, PSG are not going to pay, are trying not to pay Napoli straight cash for this dude. They're offering Skriniar as part of this. Problem is, Napoli don't want to pay Skriniar's wages or get anywhere near that. So the thing, if you wanted to include Castell's not going to ask for that much wages at this time. Do you know what I mean? At all. If you wanted to, then withdraw the buyback option or something that for Kvaratskhelia, then I'd sacrifice the buyback option if Kvaratskhelia is an option. I don't think he is an option. I think we're going to get him. This is a pipe dream, I think, until that. That would show us. That would show us. It would be, he fits it, but he does fit into
everything,
and his wages. If the people are going about his wages, even if you could offer him 5 times as much as worth, that's still 150. You could offer him 6 times as much, still 180. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'd be. I agree. He'd be the one signing they've done so far that shows me they're serious about what they want to do going forward. So far, I'm yet to be convinced.
And he's the winger because let's face it, right? Most of our wingers are creative wingers, right? If we're being right, this guy shoots on sight. Yeah, he's the type of player I think that you need in the front three when one of your wingers has to be a goal scorer as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's that type of goal scorer. Now I saw a stat going that he's only completed like 26.4% of his dribbles this season or something. I don't really care.
He is RSM.
You know what I mean? So he just fits. He is the legit.
He's 23.
He's a legitimate prototype of what they've sold us.
Yep.
He is a superstar. He's the thing where that bit where they say in every transfer window, oh, they're not looking to do anything, but something extraordinary happens or appears to offer. This is it. Don't go to PSG.
This would be the opportunistic signing as well.
I'd say to him, don't go to PSG. Okay, they're in the Champions League this season. Can he even play in the Champions League, Napoli, if he's already played for Napoli in the Champions League? I don't think he can he? Well, Napoli aren't in it, are they?
No, they're not. They're in the trimester group.
Right. So, but the thing is this. What?
Trimester, like 3 things. Super Cup, the Italian, obviously Serie A, and then one more thing, right?
I said I'm in the Champions League.
I wasn't including that one. I wasn't including them.
Oh, right. Okay.
I started using like birth terms. I was
using birth terms.
You got that wasted trimester. I was like,
what? Honda to drop or something.
No kids yet. Touch wood.
Wait, Napoli are not.
Again, why are you touching your wood again, Ahmed? That's weird.
Hey, yo.
What the hell?
Oh my, touch wood. It's like a saying, bro.
I
Come
know,
on, bro.
brother. You know I know this, right? I'm taking the
Yeah,
piss.
I know. Sorry. My
Okay,
apologies.
so just to
Surfer,
say,
they're not in Napoli or not in
they're not
Champions
in
League.
Europe. Yeah, Jez confirmed it for me.
Yeah,
okay.
so,
He's
you know,
the player that they talk about. He is the game changer. He is,
100%.
and I listen. He's a great option to have. What's happened to Sancho? I couldn't care less. Sancho would be part of the squad. He could play the right, or he could play the 10 if Nkunku goes, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? This guy is a game changer. And you right now, he is a game changer. Absolutely. If there's any inkling, because I don't think Liverpool will go for him. I've got to tell you right now, I don't think Liverpool are spending until next summer. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
I take this guy. Listen, I was going to show you. I take this guy over Osimhen. If given the choice between the two, I take this guy over Osimhen. I would.
I think you can get both, to be fair.
Well, that's fine, but if, you know those stupid questions that we get all the time. It's go, who would you take, rather? If someone told me that, I'd take him. I'd take him. I'd take him. And I think 60 odd million, that's cheap. That is cheap.
Yeah, 70 million for him.
It's cheap.
You know. Listen, man.
Here we go.
This guy definitely, whether it's a game changer, you know what I mean. Kvaratskhelia, obviously, he's probably one of my favorite left wingers. There's no denying that. He's a no-brainer in my personal opinion. But the Bridge Nation has to wonder: knowing the way that our club works, is this still gonna happen?
No, probably not.
Okay, Ahmed, can I ask you why you think that? Because we have potentially in the past paid a lot of money for young potential with low wages. We paid the.
Is this guy? But would you consider? I think the question I would ask, and I'll hit back at you at, is Kvaratskhelia potential?
No, but
Well,
I just
fixing
think
up this
if there's
money,
if there's any chance, I don't reckon we're going to sign him. But
Yeah, I don't think it's
chance.
worth it, unfortunately. It'd be great.
Let's go for that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think we're the only English club that can sign him.
there is a chance, but I don't think it's a big one. With the whole, having Cassidy and Napoli, I know Napoli want the player. They may have, got the billing thing situated, but I think they still have a desire for the player. There could be something there, but
if he doesn't sign for Napoli, I'd still go for him. If it's 60 odd million for Kvaratskhelia, when it was quite like double that 6 months to 18 months a year ago, I'm buying that. I'm telling that. You know what I mean? Don't go to PSG. No one watches that league. Do you know what I mean? No one watches that league.
I would sell him on. Hey, we win the Champions League when no one expects us to. At least we've won this league, the Champions League. No one thought we were going to win in 2021. No one thought we were going to win in 2011. PSG have been buying the best players in the world and been flopping.
I'll do this. Yeah, you're going to go play with Dembele and Barcola. Bro, I've got Palmer and Sancho here if you want to play with these guys right here. You want to play with these guys? You're going to play with those guys. Oh, by the way, we'll offer you the same wages, a little bit more as well. You know this? And you're coming to the greatest league, the most watched league in the world right now. We're on the PSG are stagnating. They might be sold. Do you know what I mean? Here. And I think he helps Jackson out as well.
A lot.
Another goal scoring threat. We don't have a lot of goal scoring threats. Like most teams don't have a lot of goal scoring threats. We'd have another goal scoring threat. Take the pressure, some of the pressure off of Jackson and Palmer to always score. Got another one up there. And he's got 3 people to watch now who are goal threats instead of 2. Instead of 2 and another 2 who are creators, which I don't mind, but I want another goal threat.
Yep.
I agree.
I get your point on he doesn't totally fit because we like potential, isn't it? That he's arrived and he has potential to be even better when he reaches his prime. Isn't it like that? It's kind of like Hazard, but it's like getting a Hazard who's arrived in Lille and then has potential to get better.
Let me just say this right now, right? Sancho's not touchline winger. He plays.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I was going to say.
He's not touchline winger. Felix has played on the left. He's played Felix on the left, not a touchline winger. You know what I mean?
I think he's adaptable. And I think that touchline winger thing just happens to be what happened at Leicester. That's about it. That's just... It's what he had at his disposal. That's why people think that. But another player also that could be a bargaining chip maybe. And we're not obviously. I'm not moving on from the Napoli topic because we have another link here too. That
Can you hear me properly now?
yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Unfortunately, yes.
Lovely. Okay. Can I
Here's
make
another
can
one.
Can I finish my
Well,
point?
let me
Yes, I didn't know what you
let me
said,
also
yeah.
loop in this one because we're not done with this topic. Vega is another one that was also linked with a move.
He's not
So
happening now either, by the way.
so Fabrizio saying here, Napoli could be showing interest in Chelsea defender Renato Vega as an option for January window on loan. There are more clubs interested, but still unclear whether Chelsea can let him go playing more or not. Maresca sees Vega as an important player. Go ahead, Ahmed.
So I actually want to talk a bit about Vega first because
He's an important player. He doesn't play.
I know.
I don't know if you, so. Basically, S.I. Phillips, you know who that guy is, right? Right. So
Simon
he
Phillips.
actually Simon Phillips, yeah.
Simon,
He basically released a report that
Spoiler.
Chelsea are trying to get now
picture?
trying to get Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes, bro. Yes. Remember the guy that I was talking about? That
Yeah, we want
Only-
enough
I think it was
injury time
Javon.
player.
Javon was crashing on me saying, "Do we need him?" and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did he?
Remember? Yes, because he was on the stream, bro. Remember when I was?
I was
oh,
here. I didn't know.
Yes. It was about when when I had United again. I was like, oh, they want United to get him and everything like that because I was like, this guy's really good quality guy. He's very injury prone, but he's definitely someone that can invert, can do a job fast in the team, etc., etc. And lo and behold,
Nuno Mendes from PSG, it's Portuguese left back.
and lo and behold, yeah. I don't know what's going on with me, man, and like my predictions, bro. Like this
Why
season
is he
been
100
crazy.
times better than Cucurella? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who said that? Who said that he's better than Kukurea?
The guy who hits on the chat all the
Okay,
time.
listen, see, Bridge Nate, listen, I think he still needs to develop.
the troll.
I think my issue is, but
Bro, he needs to develop how to not be injured all the time.
Yeah.
This season actually not been injured. I'll be honest.
I'm
This
sorry.
season, like last season,
No, didn't he
this
play like
season-
six? He played 6 games, didn't he, last season or something?
I don't know, maybe, but I know I think he's been getting a lot more. This season he's actually been fit. Yeah,
Wow.
but the problem with him is that obviously he's quite injury prone, as Des is saying. But like this for me, like the fact we're talking to guys like him is a sign that Vega's.
Yeah, he played 6 games last year.
Yeah, I think Vega is on his way to getting a loan deal happen.
Right.
But no, he
Or
can't
like,
get a loan
get-
deal. He can't get an international loan deal. We'd have to take one of them back.
But if we sell him, if we sell him after 6 months, bro, that's another indictment, bro. Like, what's the point of him being here for 6 months, bro?
Yeah. The only thing is with him is you will make a good profit because of
Yeah, you
what
will, mate, because he's actually good.
Yeah.
That's
and
why I
also what
laughed
you
at-
paid. Like if we don't make a good profit on what compared to what we bought him for, it's embarrassing. But like
But even if you just,
it's just another indictment of like them doing a piss poor job of squad building. Of like
That's
he was
not-
meant to
no,
back up there.
no, hang on, no. This one I don't put on them. This is on Maresca. That's why I laughed at the bit where he said Maresca sees Vega as an important player. Sure, he doesn't play him, but he sees him as an important player. That's on Maresca. Vega goes right there. That's not on the sporting director.
The only reason why I put it on the sporting directors as well, because I do agree with you, is on Maresca. The reason I put it on both of them is because Maresca kind of suddenly come to this conclusion that he's not good enough or you can't trust him. Like he can't suddenly just come to that conclusion now.
Okay,
like-
no, I understand.
So it's like if he must have thought that at least a bit at the start of the season. Which, if that was the case, why was he even involved? Like, and it's the same reason. It's the same issue I have with like the Felix thing of like it's not a indictment on these guys as players. It's a case of like why are you getting this manager these players and then forcing him to use these players, and he doesn't want to use these players because he doesn't trust. Like it doesn't work because we're getting to a point where these guys aren't playing.
But that's the
You're
problem.
giving-
That's the problem with when you buy players for the team and not for a manager, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Where it should be. Where I don't think like a manager should have all the say, because I just don't think that's right as well. But there should be some cohesion in terms of conversation. Going, well, does this guy's profile suit your squad? Do you see him working out? Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that, because I think he's very useful, and that's why I was a bit pissed at Maresca not utilising him, especially like away at Ipswich. I'm not saying he has to play in every game, no, by all means, no, but he can be used in certain fixtures.
Could have helped us in the
And
midfield.
it says a lot that
Yeah.
And I say it says a lot that we've had times this season he could play, and he's either played Colwell at left back or he's played
Exactly.
a right back at left back. No, he's played a right back at left back.
And even and the thing about this guy could have helped up.
Microphone's doing the same thing.
Is it in and out? Is it? I think.
No, it's because Ahmed. We talked about this. It's directional. You need to speak into it when you turn your head away.
Okay, let
You
me
need to speak into the microphone.
You lean back.
Yeah, because you go like this, and then you go.
And then he turns.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it good now when I'm speaking like this?
You have to speak in the general direction of it.
Really,
That's
so
what it is,
essentially, what I would say is that I think a big problem with Renato Vega is that he could have helped us specifically when it came to the midfield situation, right? In the sense that as many of us,
No, I don't know. Sorry, it went out again. No, it's not. I don't know what it is now. It went out.
You know,
again.
Ahmed, check your StreamYard. We're finally getting to the bottom of this because it's happened to me recently. Ahmed, check your StreamYard settings, and if you have echo cancellation on, take it off. I think that's what it is. So go ahead and do that,
Let's
and we'll
see
test.
that now. How did that sound now?
Well,
Sound
no,
a little lower,
just
but
continue
that
on,
might be
sorry.
the issue. Go ahead and discuss your
Adjust your mic,
your discussion.
Adjust your mic volume up a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Ahmed, you're gonna owe me a transfer fee of 50 million euros after this one.
Holy snap. No, but I think the issue I've always had is that with Renato Vega himself specifically, he could have helped us in midfield, bro. Caicedo, tired. Who's the other one? Enzo's looked tired at times, bro. Not even been in there at all.
Right, yeah.
We could have at least put Cole right centre back for a game or two. Yeah, and had him play left centre back for a game or two, just in case, like in some games, if we needed to, because he can play that position.
even if you were going to let him go in January,
Yes.
you still could have used him up to the point of January to rotate a bit more. Do you know, even if
Exactly.
you weren't. My point is this: if you get rid of Vega, that's another midfield option got. Do you know what I mean? So it's
and also, if you get rid of Vega, that's another player you have to buy. Like we're already seeing, we have to buy like 3 or 4 players this window.
Exactly.
If you get rid of Vega, you need to buy another left back.
yes,
That's what
which
I'm
is
saying.
and not an injury prone one like Nuno Mendes is or Mensch.
Yeah,
or-
also, it has to be one that fits the system. No,
Scott. Oh, sorry.
I'll say it just has to be one that fits the system as well. Like the thing with Nuno Mendes, most of what I see of him, like when he plays for Portugal, he's overlapping. When I've seen him play for PSG, he's overlapping. When I've seen him play for Sporting, I swear he was wing back, so he was overlapping. Like this guy isn't an inverting wing back.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to get someone of a different profile, which the only reason you do that is to have the winger play further inside as the 10, which to me makes no sense. Especially like unless you're going to play Sancho on the wing all the time, then it kind of makes sense. But even so, not really.
Right.
It also then or you're playing Felix on the wing full time, which great. See, like it needs to be another guy that's going to be able to invert or play in the back line as a 3.
Agreed.
And all the guys we're looking at, like Dorgu isn't that, Mendes isn't that. Those are the 2 main guys I know we're looking at. It's like
I think my issue right now is what are we scouting, and then what's going on with then the managerial wise to make stuff happen. That there's like a clear disconnect as to what's going on there, in my personal opinion. And like for me, you know, I look at guys signings like Vega, Kiernan Dewsbury, who else is possibly leaving? Cassidy, guys that the gaffer himself has said I wanted them to stay to help me out, and then has not started them at all. What does that say about what the gaffer is doing himself then?
No, what it says is that he doesn't fancy them. He's looked at them in training. He looks at them in training. They're not picking up or understanding what he wants them to do. You know, even if we think, and he should play him. Maybe he's thinking, no, I don't trust. I don't trust that. It can just be simple. I don't trust him to do a job in this type of game. Trust him in the Conference League, no problem, because it's trash. You know what I mean? It's trash opponents.
100%.
But in like big important games, like even did Vega start at Southampton?
No,
Actually.
But remember with Vega, he also was. Remember him and Madueke were turfed out the squad for the Fulham game as well.
That was Fulham though. After that, Madueke.
that was like 4 or 5 games after though. That's the
But
thing.
he hasn't. No, but he hasn't played or even come on. Do you know what I mean? Since that's the point.
Yeah.
So listen,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
fine.
actually
Listen,
odd,
I'm fine with your manager wanting to keep certain players to take a look at them, no problem. But if he doesn't fancy him, he doesn't fancy him, and I have no problem. I've got no problem with that. Okay, My problem is, who are you bringing in? I would bring in. Listen, this might sound crazy, but only for an option to buy on obligation. I'm going to Juventus and I'm trying to sign Douglas Luiz for the second.
Wow.
I'm just trying, no obligation. Just put an option. We won't take up the option, but you know what I mean. Maybe that's why we're linked to Minu all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Because we're getting rid of all these